The great lie of modern psych medications. That's what I'm talking about in today's video. Stay tuned, I think you'll find it interesting.
Who are you living for? What are they asking for? Trying to be everyone's favorite weighs you down every day while you parade in the frenzy. Be careful not to run far from home.
Hello there everyone and welcome back to The Lovely Grind. My name is Michael Preby and my website's lovelygrind.com. That's where you can find information about my coaching and courses, information about my support and success monthly membership area, which has a lot of resources for healing in. It's also where you can find my blog posts, so I hope you'll check out lovelygrind.com, and I welcome you back to this YouTube channel and to today's video, which is about the great lie of modern psych medications. So these medications, and namely I'm talking about antidepressant and benzodiazepine medications that have been mass marketed to the masses, so that now people might be experiencing some anxiety about school or about work or about a relationship, and next thing you know they're given a disorder label and put on medications and so forth. So oftentimes people are prescribed these medications in times of great confusion, stress, and vulnerability, perhaps during times of loss too. And they come to a doctor or psychiatrist seeking a way through the situation. Well, oftentimes these medications are presented not only as a way to get through the situation, but kind of as a way to improve your health and wellness picture overall, right? I've even seen it mentioned in a Men's Health magazine recently, which seems to be a propaganda arm for Big Pharma recently. I've seen it mentioned that antidepressants are, kind of just a possible tool, like a hack, a possible tool to increase mental wellness, like a life hack, like a wellness hack. And I'm thinking, what have we come to? What are we even talking about here? Because those of us who have gone through a process of being prescribed these medications and then gone through a perhaps difficult process of getting off of them, like I did when I got off of Paxil and Xanax after more than a dozen years of use, those of us who have gone through that feel betrayed, feel we've been lied to, right? But I think more and more the charade is being exposed, the curtain's being pulled back. We realize that not only are these things not as effective as people said they might be at improving anxiety in a large-scale way or depression in a large-scale way, but they actually aren't that safe either, and they have a lot of ill health effects and potential to really worsen a person's health and wellness picture. Not just physically, but mental and emotional wellness can be dragged down as well. And that's what I'm going to talk about today. The lie of these psych medications, how they're presented as a innocent, rather harmless, effective way to improve your health and wellness, when a lot of people who've gone through the process firsthand have discovered that they're anything but. Now, let's start with a quick discussion of some of the side effects, both admitted and noted, and some that aren't really talked about, of these benzo and antidepressant medications, right? Getting these side effects out of a person's life is one of the great benefits of getting off of pills, but it's also one of the great mistruths or lies when a person's getting on the pills. I don't remember much of a discussion at all about side effects getting on the pills, and I'm sure that varies from doctor to doctor and psychiatrist to psychiatrist, but I would bet it's still not a huge topic of discussion when a person's having that conversation about, well, potentially you should try this and it's going to help you. Let's fill the prescription. So what are some of the side effects? Let's start with antidepressants. And I'll just start with a very brief list from the Mayo Clinic's website. So specific negative side effects of antidepressant medications from Mayo Clinic's website: nausea, headache, insomnia, which is a huge struggle for people and often leads to additional medications. Drowsiness, well, that's putting it mildly. I had such an otherworldly fatigue on these medications, I couldn't stay out of bed. Dizziness, sexual problems, an impact on appetite leading to potential weight gain or weight loss. I gained so much weight on the Paxil that I'm ashamed to even admit how much weight. I was like 70, 80 plus pounds overweight, and looking back at those pictures just makes me so sad. I couldn't stop eating bad food. I couldn't quell my appetite for excessive beer consumption. I just had like no capacity to rein that in. So yeah, a little weight gain or weight loss, it can happen. What else? Oh, this is a big one, right? This is something that shouldn't be glossed over. Increase in suicidal thoughts. I mean, are you kidding me? Increase in suicidal thoughts. How many of us have experienced the loss of someone taking their own life? Likely far too many of us in one form or another. And how many of those people were on medications or changing medications or trying to get off medications, right? It'll never be proven, because when that unfortunate situation happens, people can say, well, they were depressed, they were struggling, that's why they were on the medications. But how often did medications maybe take someone's thoughts and emotions and bring them to such a dark place that they wouldn't have otherwise gone? So again, that's not talked about enough, but I thought it was worth mentioning here as a part of this video. And in addition to these listed side effects from the Mayo Clinic, there's things like gut issues. Most serotonin receptors are in the gut. Taking these medications on a regular basis is super hard on the liver. I had really high liver enzyme numbers when I was on medications. And then there's also all those really hard to define side effects, like problems with judgment, not being able to think about the big picture in your life, motivation issues, paranoia when it comes to relationships, and being able to accept love, right, or feel loved. There's just all those really kind of hard to define spiritual and emotional side effects that those of us who have been on the medications know all too well. Now, benzo side effects, again, from the Mayo Clinic's website, here's a small portion of their list. They list well over 100 potential side effects of benzo medications, and I'll just read a few. Lack of coordination, confusion, agitation, uncaring. That one doesn't sound good. Again, thoughts of killing oneself, listed right on Mayo Clinic's website. Actions that are out of control, attacks or assaults, decreased awareness, noise in ears, restlessness, loss of bladder control, blurred vision, difficulty concentrating, feelings of discouragement, feelings of unreality. It's insane to me that these side effects are considered an acceptable cost of doing business or a fair trade when a person is looking to find relief from anxiety or depression. They're willing to trade that in for these things and maybe much worse. But again, when a person is making the decision to get on these medications, there's really not that level of awareness, because I know from experience when you're in a place where you might take these medications, you're very confused, very scared, and very vulnerable. And that's why there needs to be, on the doctor or psychiatrist part, a much more detailed and thoughtful discussion of these side effects and of any potential withdrawal effects that might come down the line. And that's something a person like me has lived as well, and many of you have, and it's also something that's not talked about a lot, if at all, when a person's being prescribed these medications, maybe not even later as you're experiencing the withdrawal. But again, back to the main theme of the video, the great lie of these medications. The great lie is that they'll make a person healthier or happier or more well-balanced or more, I love this word, more able to function, right? We're not robots. What does that mean? I can function. Great. I just don't love that term. So they're presented as potentially a means to greater wellness, almost like a means to enlightenment, a means to greater health and wellness. But when you look around at the people who are on multiple medications, do they look like the ones who are doing well? Do they look like the ones who are feeling well? And in my own case, how many years after I was first prescribed those medications, what did I look and feel like a dozen or 13 years after that? I was overweight, anxious, depressed, fatigued, scared. My self-esteem was in the toilet. That's where my life had gone. And a lot of that had to do with medications. So it really is a great lie, I think, that's put upon people nowadays, that these are really a way to improve your life when there's so many ways or potential ways that they can make your life worse. Many ways in which might not be acknowledged or are very difficult to talk about. But again, the good news, there is a path out of all this madness. There's ways to get off these medications safely. There's others like myself and many others who have done it. There's a way to get these complications out of your life, so you never again have to worry about side effects or potential withdrawal effects or interactions. So getting off these medications is really a process of reclaiming your life, and then you're able to regain ownership of your health and wellness and really work on getting stronger, more informed, more educated, more skilled about how to cope through any tough times in life and how to really take care of yourself in a way that best suits your personality, your lifestyle, your desires, your dreams, etc. Right? So there is a path forward through all of this, and there's a lot of good to look forward to if you're currently in the process of getting off of these medications, or if you're still working through any sort of withdrawal symptoms after getting off. There's a lot of good yet to look forward to. So please keep moving forward. Please keep at it. There are a lot of benefits. It's a process of moving your life in a different direction, moving away from some of the complications of these medications, moving away from some of the pain they might have caused, moving away from some of the anger you might have because of the lies you were maybe told. Some small, some big, like the one we're talking about today. So there is a way to improved health and wellness. I encourage you to keep walking that path. There is a way to healing. God will protect you. Keep asking Him to take your hand each and every day. And I hope you keep watching these videos for encouragement too. My name is Michael Preby. My website's lovelygrind.com. I hope you'll check that out. Check out my coaching and my course options. And as always, please keep watching and remember to take care of yourself and your dreams.